Alright, so me and my son were talking, and he's getting into FPV drones pretty big. And I was like, hey, maybe I'll just take and throw a cheap camera on one of these Walmart drones I have. And he was like, you can't do that. Son, where do you think you get your genes from? Now I'm going to do it. Alright, let's get to it. So for this project, you need the drone, or 3-gram cameras, and then of course the goggles. The goggles are going to be the most expensive thing. The set I paid for was about $100, but you can find cheaper ones. You won't need the earbud though. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove all the screws, and you're going to want to remove the propellers so that way you don't break them. I put arrows on here just so I can remember the orientation. That's just what I do, but yeah. So then we're going to take and we're going to pull this apart very carefully. And of course it's going to fight me because I'm doing this one-handed. Then there's a couple screws on here that you're going to pull off, and then this will be able to come up, and that's going to give us access to the battery terminals. Now it's going to be very hard to record this and to be able to show you, so I'm going to describe it and you should be able to get the gist of it. So the red wire on here is going to need to go on the red wire of the battery, and the black on the black one. And I'll give you a good look at those. And this will work for multiple different types of drones. It doesn't have to be just one of these Walmart ones. Now, since the camera's going to be on top, what I'm going to do for this particular drone is it has this little cheap button for that. And that's what you turn it on with. I'm going to simply take and break this off, and I'm going to run the wires through there. So make sure you run it through here and then solder it up. As you can see, I got it all soldered up. Now, also, you'll see that the camera's constantly on. I thought this camera had a switch on it, but it doesn't. So we'll fix that when we get it back together. So now it's just time to reverse everything and put it back together. Oh yeah, and a little switch. Alright, so now I just spliced the positive wire, and I'm going to solder this switch in between. Hey guys, I'm going to be doing this while Reed Timmers is in state, so please like and subscribe for the effort, and let's get back to it. Alright, so there you can see, I got it all soldered together. Now I just need to glue it down, and I'm just going to use super glue for this. This gets a little bit warm, so you wouldn't want to use hot glue. I am going to take and glue the camera to a piece of plastic I have and glue that piece of plastic down. That way, if I want to, I can bend this plastic to change the angle, as well as I can remove it easier. Alright, so there I got it all together. It's all glued on there. I don't know if the angle's right, but we're going to give it a try. So now, to turn it on, obviously I have the button on the drone. Then I have this button for the camera. And then I bind the drone. Then we're going to turn on our FPV. As you can see, there it is. And we'll take her for a test flight. After a little fiddling around, I realized I had the camera here, which is actually the front, and I had it a little bit too far forward, so actually putting it center was better. And then I mounted the switch here. But same idea. Let's give it a try. Hey guys, all right, now all we need to do is test it out. And here I am at my shop, and we're going to do a little testing around here, and then we're going to put it through its paces out at the cabin where there's a bit of a wind. And we'll see how it does. But first, if you want to encourage me a little bit, hit that like button. It'd be really nice to see a good ratio of likes versus views. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's check it out. All right, so now that you saw that, how about we take and check it out at the cabin where there's some wind and see how it does with that. And it may fare better than the dog, we'll see.
Luna!
All right, there you guys go. You can do this with a lot of different things, not just drones. So you could FPV all kinds of different little race cars for your kids or whatever else. Until next time, keep creating.